Let us see. Oh, I probably need to update OBS. Oh, that's actually probably what was going on. All right. Hey, what's going on? I wonder how this map would look in light mode. Interesting. All right. We'll get started here in a second. The issue with light mode is the cities are in white. Why wouldn't they change the city colors? Why wouldn't they change the city colors in that mode? I don't understand. TikTok chat still isn't working in the app. Great. Unless no one has said anything, but I doubt that. Why would they do that? I guess maybe you can change. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. See, that's the only issue. That is the issue I have with it. We can go yeah, that's the only issue I have with it. All right, so we've got some severe thunderstorm warnings. Let's see here. And there's way too many cities on this. All right, let me fix some of my settings real quick, guys, and we're going to go over this stuff. This is... God, what has Radar Omega done? I saw a poll today. On X of people's favorite radar apps, and Radar Omega was last. Radar Omega was like the only app people used to use for weather, and now it's last. Whoever they hired to overhaul and renovate their UI at Radar Omega completely tanked this app. Completely destroyed this app. The UI is gross. It's gross. I still use it for certain functionality, Radar Omega, like I'm using it right now, but it is just, the UI is hot garbage on Radar Omega now compared to what it was. It was better years and years ago. All right, let me fix this real quick. Data opacity. Well, okay, we want that up. States and provinces. Yeah. Why wouldn't I want states and provinces on a black? What the heck? Okay. All right. Let me see here. Location settings. 1 second, guys. 1 second. I need to fix this. This is ridiculous. Why are there... Okay, so then when you go back to... Okay, so different color maps have different amount of... Why would they have different amounts of cities, visual cities, or cities that you can visualize from certain distances? Let's see here. I guess it's dark road map. Look at that. Why does it put so many cities on the map and every single county? Hold up, I'm almost done here. This is annoying. Holy smokes. Why? Why is it doing this? Radar Omega, you have messed up. Big time. All right, we'll use a great presentation so we don't have to see 1,000 million cities here. All right, anyways, all right, and TikTok app, Radar Omega, not working. TikTok app, still down. I'm gonna have to open TikTok on my computer because apparently we are in the age where software is apparently in the decline, not on the incline anymore. Nothing seems to be working. Let's see. There we go. I'll pull myself up on my web browser since that's all I can do. And 1 second, guys. We'll get started here in a second. The TikTok app, not only is TikTok not working, but the TikTok app is actually down still. Stuff drives me crazy. All right, that should be good. That should be good. And then I'll pull this out over here. Now we should be good. All right. There we go. There we go. Now I can read chat. What's going on, guys? How's it going? Okay. So, here's our storm system. Active alerts currently. We've got a system. We got a severe thunderstorm warning right now. Moving through Texas up to the northeast towards Bridgeport. Nothing too bad. Inch hail. Around 50 mile per hour wind gusts. We've got another severe thunderstorm warning out here. Pushing through Bella Vista up to the northeast into southwestern Missouri. Nothing major here. Inch and a quarter hail. Inch and a half hail in these storms out here. Light winds. Nothing really tornadic in these, but we can always double check that by taking a look at our radar velocities. Nothing too major in here. All right, let's push out what's going on over here. Inch hail, 60 mile per hour winds out near Paducah. Nothing major. Well, there's some rotation right here that just fell apart. This was actually, this is a supercell. Looks like it's falling apart though, which is good news. Let's see if we can see the rotation on the reflectivity. You can. It's actually right. It's actually, I circled that wrong. I circled that wrong. There's the reflectivity on the, that's actually on the southern side of this. But that looks like it's kind of falling apart, so that's good news. That is good news. So right now we're looking pretty good overall. Right now we're looking pretty good overall. All right. Hope I got to get up my YouTube chat since OBS YouTube chat isn't working. It's broken. TikTok app, TikTok chat not working. Needs a software update. Like, what the heck? Why can't anything work properly? I pay all this money for all this broken software, guys. What's going on, YouTube? One right over me. She's angry right now. Wait. You saw no rotation. Question: is TikTok chat working? Yeah, no, it's not. Thanks for coming. Appreciate your time. No problem, Alex. What's going on, everyone? Again, I can't even see if anyone gifts me on TikTok. So I really appreciate it, obviously, if you do, but I'm not even going to be able to react to it or see it or anything. So it is what it is. You know, their app's just not working properly. I woke up this morning and saw that the app had an update. And I said, ooh, they fixed it. The update did, in fact, not fix it. Esteban, what's going on? What's going on? Can't wait till Friday to get back out chasing. It'll be my first chase of the season. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Love it. I gotta lock in some storm chasers this year. That I can cover on stream. All right. Let me see if I can just get in here on one of the. I'm gonna try to just lock in on my small screen on one of the severe thunderstorm warnings that's looking a little bit more impressive. None are looking too dangerous right now. I'll tell you that. We're gonna take a look at the mesoscale analysis here in a second. This one near Bentonville is looking kind of impressive. We'll lock in on this for a second. We'll lock in on these two on this screen. See what we see. Maybe I'll even put the velocity on. Not seeing much there. We'll keep that on though. Yep. Just watching this. Probably a good. This is probably a good time to look at the. Do you guys like the dark map? I can switch back to the gray. This is probably a good time to look at the mesoscale analysis without much going on. Just a reminder, we do have observed flash flooding right here, Dallas Fort Worth, your region right here, and here you go. 9 p.m. Thunderstorms continue to produce heavy rain across the warned area. Between 1 to 4 inches of rain has fallen in this area. Additional rainfall amounts of an inch plus probably are forecast. Flash flooding is occurring. It is observed, so be careful. Flooding of small creeks, streams, urban areas, highways, small creeks, streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses, as well as other poor drainage and low-lying areas. It is likely. Oh, the Bella Vista one. That's funny because that's the one I'm actually focusing on right now. I mean, not funny, but funny. Looking pretty okay right now. Can I see any rotation on the reflectivity? Wow, let me drag it like this. Hold up. Let's look at the mesoscale analysis for this storm. All right, southwestern Missouri. Let's take a look at the mesoscale analysis. Let's hop on in here. Southwestern Missouri. Let's just jump right into any follow, any sub is greatly appreciated, guys. I appreciate you. Okay, here we go. Let's just cheat. Let's go right into where are our SIGTOR params sitting right now in our violent tornado parameters. Nothing too intense looking, but we do have that SIGTOR and violent tornado parameters. Eastern Oklahoma, northwestern Arkansas. This is what I've been saying for the last 2 days was the area I was watching most. And that's confirming pretty well. Did speak of this area a little bit in my video this morning because we did see some supercells forming out ahead of the main edge, out ahead of the main line, which we don't really have right now, but a little bit of a SIGTOR there. Violent tornado param, SIGTOR param. I want to look at mixed layer cape, affected bulk shear. Here you go. All right. Let's take a look at this. 1,000 joules per milligram, or sorry, 1,000 joules per milligram of cape through this region. 500 to probably 1,200 is my guess. So you've got the instability, obviously. I mean, we have thunderstorms actively ongoing. Shocker. Now, bulk shear. Let's just go right into bulk shear, actually. Pretty nice. I mean, you want this to be at least over 30 knots at a minimum to have effective bulk shear for some severe supercells. You can see 40 to 45 in this region here. So you've got some nice shear. Bulk shear, that's going to be your overall... this is going to be your kind of layers, your layer upon layer shear, which is pretty decent. Let me take a look at the shear down at the surface as well. Let's go take a look at the individual shear. So, yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, you have 30 knot shear at the surface. Is pretty good. That'll do it. you go up a little bit higher in the atmosphere. We're at 35, 60. That's why your bulk shear is sitting around 40 to 45. The average. Let me see if I can get a better look at the Cape here. Cape values aren't anything crazy. Cape values aren't anything crazy. If anything, we're gonna get some spin ups because of the shear, high shear, low Cape. Let me take a look at a few other things before we move on. I mean, it still looks best. It still looks best through this region. I don't really see... We're kind of running out of instability up here to the northeast through southern Indiana, or southern Illinois, western Kentucky, and southern Indiana. Of course, our SIG, TOR, and violent tornado parameters are where we're seeing our high vorticity. Still, again, through northwestern Arkansas. Although this is still going to be forcing a little bit up into the northeast and into southern Missouri as we push throughout the night. This is definitely the area to watch, though. I haven't really looked down in Texas. Let me do that before I get off of here. Texas isn't looking too bad either. They've got some of your SIG, TOR, and violent tornado parameters down there as well. All right. All right. The Bella Vista severe thunderstorm warning dropped off. There we go. Let's see what else we've got going on here. Let's get an update on our severe thunderstorm or tornado warnings. We only got 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. Quarter-size hail observed. Moving off into the north and east through southern Missouri out towards Branson, Merriam Woods. Again, not really seeing much in the ways of rotation here. Obviously nothing on the CC. Looking pretty okay. Quarter-size hail. Is this just the extension of that? No. Okay, here we go. Here's our other one right to the east of Dallas. Let's take a look here. 1.5 inch hail. There you go. There's a little bit of a couplet here, actually. There's a little bit of what looks to be a couplet forming right here. So maybe a little bit of rotation with this one just to the east of Dallas. There's a little bit of rotation there. See that? It actually tried to get a little bit of a hook and inflow there. Look. There. You can see this is the rotation. It actually tried to organize really quickly there. And I think it's the air's just... It's too congested in here. The air's muddied up. But it does look like it actually tried to get that... You see that little hook that tried to form there? Let's look at this closer. It's tried to sneak a little tornado up through... what is that? Seagoville? How do you pronounce that? Up towards Heartland. I'd still say watch out. 1.5 inch hail. There's clearly some instability here. If you have 1.5 inch hail, your hail's pushing a little harder. 60 mile per hour radar indicated winds are pushing a little bigger. Moving off to the northeast, this is going to continue to head off to the northeast towards Sulphur Springs and Greenville. And again, there's a little bit of rotation on that. You could see that it actually tried to wrap up. So that's probably the one I'm going to keep my eye on right now until we get another severe thunderstorm warning. I mean, we can look up and down the line here real quick. See if anything is unwarned that should be warned. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at these storms. See if we have any issues in here. What's this? That's rotating. This is rotating. Slightly moving off into the northeast towards western Arkansas. There's no warning on it. Looks like Mena, Waldron County. Are those I think these are counties, yeah. Interesting. Okay, that's not warned, but let's take a look there. That's actually a better radar image. There's a tiny little couplet here. A little bit of rotation in the cell. It's in the middle of nowhere. Probably has something to do with why there's no warning on it. All right, let's move off to the north and east. This is all muddied. Some high velocities. This is interesting what's going on out here. But gonna be hard to get any sort of rotation in there. There's some vorticity in there, but gonna be hard to get any serious rotation in there. Let's look around Paducah. Look at that right there. Look at this gust front. You guys see that? Interesting they don't have any warnings or watches out here. I wonder what they're thinking on this. Look at the velocity here. Look, you see that gust front form? Here we go. There it is. Clear as day. There it is. Head out towards Paducah. Paducah, Metropolis. Wait. Oh, there's an actual Metropolis? I thought that was just a Superman thing. What? Oh my God, that's cool. Anyways, that's yeah. Strong winds. Strong winds. Strong winds about to push through Paducah and Metropolis. I want storm relative velocity. It's sloppier, but it's really what we should be using. It's just not doing enough. Okay. Anyways, there's a couple things that probably could be warned out here. There's nothing that looks major. I think the one thing that's standing out to me is this supercell, potential supercell right here, that's spinning. It's out kind of in the, I mean, this looks like it's a national forest. Curtin County wilderness area. So I guess that's good, but we might see a warn on that in a little bit. Obviously, we saw a little bit of rotation out here to the south and east of Dallas, moving up to the north and east, out towards Greenville. Sulphur Springs, it'll be making its way up there. Still a couplet. There it is right there, moving over Segoville. Someone tell me how to pronounce that. Matt, did you see what I was just showing heading out towards Paducah? Tomorrow is going enhanced and we'll do way better than Friday. I'm calling it now. After looking at the Rufus at the 12 o'clock update from the Rufus, I was starting to think, well, I don't think we're going to get thunderstorm outbreak. I think I mean, you know this, Matt. We're going to see a lot more severe warned storms likely Friday, but I agree with you. I think the severity of Thursday's storms look to like they're going to be way more intense. Yeehaw, ride him, cowboy. Yo, thanks for the cowboy hat. I literally can't see when I get any gifts unless I read the chat because my TikTok is broken. And Matt, is your TikTok app broken? Are you able to see your chat on your TikTok app? Definitely a little bit of a coupling in here, guys. No views on any videos. Now 2 days in a row. Yeah, I mean TikTok and the app is broken. And then when I pull out my chat, Matt, watch this. Watch when I pull out my chat. Well, that's not my chat. Yeah, and I'm also getting like no views too on my stream. It's not even letting me pull out my chat anymore. There's just nothing. It just shows that there's no one in my live chat. Annoying. Anyways, I was looking at this. Look at this. Look at this gust front right here on the velocity. Pretty interesting. I mean, not the strongest thing I've ever seen, but it's very visible on that velocity, right? Because it's pushing right into the radar. That's why. And an unwarned, pretty significant looking couplet out here, southeastern Oklahoma. The rotation's visible on the reflectivity as well. But yeah, that gust front's like super visible because it's moving right towards the Paducah radar. I remember last time I saw one that was that good looking on that velocity. Those supercells will make one line. Yeah, I mean, this is going to become this. I don't know how linear this is actually going to get though, because this setup is messy today. The Friday setup is going to become linear as it pushes through the day. Eventually on Friday, we're going to have a perfectly like linear QLCS, very likely, which is also going to decrease the chance for strong tornadoes, but you could see some more in it. This is a very messy setup, guys. Not a ton of instability up here, but you've got some good your bulk shear's not too bad up here or through this region. You've got higher instability down here, but your shear's not doing as much. It's a little bit sloppy. It's a little bit sloppy. I don't know if we had as much warm air advection as was being forecast. What are our temperatures up here to the north? Let's take a look. Like, what the heck? It's chilly up here. 54 degrees. Look at this pocket of cool air. You go from 63 to 70 right there. So yeah, I mean this region stayed pretty cool, so pretty cool. Meteor shower. Thanks. Wait, what the heck was that, Yali? I can't even see the GIFs because my TikTok chat isn't working. Well, whatever that was, Yali, I really appreciate you. I'll be able to look at it after stream. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm watching my TikTok chat on the actual like website, TikTok website, and it doesn't show me anything. I appreciate you, Yali. Fort Smith is yeah, but this is the cell I'm looking at. This likely would not affect Fort Smith. That's why I wasn't talking about it. With the direction this is moving, I wouldn't expect this to mess with Fort Smith. But you still see the rotation on this cell down here. Well, while we're quiet, we can take a look at tomorrow's setup. How about that, guys? Because tomorrow's setup is getting pretty spicy. Not much going on right now. Flash flooding at Dallas-Fort Worth region is probably the most significant thing happening right now. Some observed hail. Moving up towards Branson West and Kimberling City. All right, let's take a little look-see at... What the heck? Where did everything go? Let's take a little look-see at what's going on tomorrow. While it's quiet here. Why don't we? Because I agree with Matt. One second. One second. One second, chat. Every storm chaser right now. Come on. Do something. Do something. Come on, Oklahoma. Do something. All right. All right. Let's. Let's take a look at this. Let's get into Rufus. Good old Rufus. We are just going to start straight off with our severe reflectivity. Updraft helicity reflectivity. 1 second. All right. Wow. Well, that looks freaking... Holy crap. Is that Saturday? Holy smokes. Anyways. All right, here we are. Interesting. So... Oh, this is... We need to move up. I was like, what's going on here? Okay, here we go. Interesting. The Rufus... What time is it right now? Central Time. The Rufus is actually expecting... some intensification still across kind of the Ozarks region as we move through the night. Let's go here. Well, God, I wish they would show bigger regions. Like, none of these work. All right. I'll have to do. Notice as we get into around 10 p.m., 11, 12, we could still see some strengthening. So let's watch Northwestern Arkansas, South Central Missouri. There it is. All right. I guess nothing's gonna work for me today. No, nothing's gonna work for me today. 1 second, guys. Oh, Lord. Oh, my gosh. My computer. Let's see if I can get this to work. That's the only thing I don't like about this. I can't just draw on it like this. I gotta use my pen tool. Okay, here we go. Let's move this forward. Look what happens. Look what's going on. I don't know if we're gonna see this. It's just a messy setup. But this says we get into 2, 3, 4 in the morning. You start to see some potential supercell action up there. Southern Illinois, Southern Indiana. I don't know. I don't know about that. Let's compare that to the HRRR real quick. I want to get into tomorrow and I want to get into Friday, but we'll compare this to the HRRR real quick and we'll do the real short range. Do 02Z. The HRRR isn't putting anything up there. I think the HRRR is right. It's trying to flatten out kind of like a QLCS, but I'm not overly concerned with Southern Illinois, Southern Indiana, Kentucky as we head throughout the night. We were just looking at the real-time mesoscale analysis earlier, and I wasn't seeing much. So let's go back. Not that we couldn't get some severe storms up there. I'd still sleep with my alerts on if I'm up in this region. Anyways, let's take a look at what's going on tomorrow. Let's get back into the Rufus. And this is where we want to be for tomorrow. Or this is where you don't want to be. It depends. It depends who's talking. There you go. 5 p.m. This actually looks like it's speeding up a little bit, if I'm being honest. We'll take a look at the wind layers in a second. This is shifted slightly east, which I don't like. It's also intensified. Oklahoma City now, I think, is a threat. This was way east and way to the north, way west, way to the north and west before this. Severe threat has shifted east towards Oklahoma City with each update. And the beginning of this discrete mode is going to be a little bit sketchy here. There could be a chance here we get a strong tornado. Very large hail too, gorilla hail. All right. Here we go, moving off into the north and east, and then now you get these other. Oof, hate to see this. These other cells that have the sky to themselves on the backside here. It's gonna move up. All right, and we're talking 6 out to 9 p.m. We're talking 12, 1, 2 in the morning. So this looks like... did Matt say we got an enhanced upgrade, or he thinks we will get an enhanced upgrade? Because I completely agree that this would go enhanced. What is the... Did we get the enhanced already? Let me take a look. Day 3. I don't see it. No enhanced yet? No enhanced for tomorrow? Interesting. I agree it should go enhanced. I agree it should probably go enhanced. Let me take a look on here real quick. Day 2. Nothing. What's the tornado for tomorrow? They have a 5% hatched. They have a 5% hatched tour risk. That includes Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City is in the 5% hatched. It's split between the 5% and 2% hatched tour risk tomorrow. Sig 1, I should say. Okay. Anyways, gotta watch those storms up into the north and east too. But I agree that that's looking much spicier than it was looking before. Now what happens here is we get into Friday. There you go. Start trying to get some supercells up there. South Dakota even. Sorry, Nebraska through Kansas. We'll push back over in that direction. I want to see as this moves throughout the day what happens. Wow. It's not looking like much of a linear mode up there to the north anymore, but look at that. Saturday. Now, why is Friday looking like a dud now and Saturday is looking like the day? Interesting. Interesting. All right, we need to take a look at our 500 and 850 millibar wins. This looks like a complete dud. Taking a look there. All right, real quick, let me look at a couple more things and I'll take questions if anyone has any questions. We need to go out here. What is happening? All right, we'll start at the 500. All right, here is our kind of current setup. We have this semi cutoff low, pushing off to the east, doing nothing too wild. Then we get a little bit of pocket of clean air. We're gonna get warm, moist air. This is gonna be clean, lots of sunshine. And here comes your dry, cold air. It's gonna slap right into it, rolling off the Rockies. Never a good setup. Never a good setup for this area. I mean, a good setup severe-wise, but not, not good for people who don't want tornadoes in their backyard. Tons of divergence here as we get into Thursday, as we get into late Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening. Look at that. The sky's open. Start to get some significant thunderstorm activity in here. This is the 500. And so here's what's interesting. On the Rufus, our jet here is really starting to kind of notch. This is pushing more into a neutral tilt from a positive tilt, like it was looking before. I think that could help push these severe storms a little bit further to the north as well. We're going to get some warm air a little bit further to the north, maybe a little bit of more northerly warm air advection in this. Let me look at the 850 millibar level. Actually, let me keep pushing through this. Let me go. Let's push a little bit further. I want to see what's happening Friday now. Friday, this thing begins to flatten out. No really significant jet streak here. And what's happening at the 850 millibar level? I mean, 850 is cranking. 70 knot shear. 72 knot shear. The 850's, there's plenty of shear here. So something's stopping this from being a wild day up here across portions of the Midwest and Central Plains. Let's take a look at our mixed layer cape. Well, there it is. There's just no instability. There's no instability. What are our dues up here? Weak instability. Having some trouble getting some higher dues up there. High 50s, low 60s. So this is going to be an instability issue. This is going to be, I think we're going to have a little bit of a capping or inhibition issue up here to the northeast. Let me go down. Let's take a look at one last thing here real quick. Let's look at our surface cape out here as well. Mixed layer sin. That's the issue. Lots of inhibition up here to the north. These thunderstorms we're going to have some issues firing off. But not on Saturday. Holy crap. Look at that. Look at that. And what's our 850 jet doing on Saturday as well? This looks to me like more of a Saturday. Let's see. It's like a Saturday afternoon event. This to me looks like more of a high instability, low shear type of day. Let's take a look really quickly. It's the last thing I'll look at. Let's go back into, maybe actually go to mixed layer. There we go. You get a nice, yeah, look at this. We've got a line of 1,500 to 2,000 joules per kilogram of cape straight through the Mississippi Valley up through the potentially up into the Ohio Valley. We'll see how this looks, and then getting back into our dew points as this rolls through. This area in particular on Saturday right here looks pretty darn spicy. That area in particular on Saturday. And if we take a look specifically at our severe reflectivity, well, holy crap, did that match up? I'd say that was a good circle I just drew there. Don't you think, chat? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Let's look at our SIG-TOR on that too. That's our SIG-TOR line as well. All right, well, Saturday's the new Friday. Saturday, I'm declaring Saturday the new Friday. 2,000 joules per kilogram. 2,000 joules per kilogram. Where did I take this at? Where did I take this at? 40 knot bulk shear. That's fine. We can work with that. That's that. Oh, that was a Texarkana. Yali, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I took that sounding directly in Texarkana. Saturday. Eastern Texas, northern Louisiana, central to southern Arkansas, most of Mississippi. I'd say probably most, yeah, central to northern Louisiana, pushing out there towards western Tennessee, northern Alabama, maybe a little bit, maybe some issues up in Kentucky as well. But yeah, Saturday's the new Friday. That looks quite impressive. We're going to have a pocket right there. 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Look at that squall forming. You know, the Rufus overdoes it a little bit. But again, I believe the southern mode of this system, and I don't as much agree with No, but that's fine because yeah, we have weaker storms up here to the north, so I kind of agree with the Rufus on this. Anyways, spicy. What's going on with our storms here? Anything significant happening? 6-mile-per-hour winds, nickel-size hail moving through Forney, Texas, up to the north and east. This is where we did have a little bit of rotation earlier, so let's just double check this for. Yeah, it is a little rotation here. I don't see any major couplet or anything. Obviously, there's probably no CC drop of significance. We're fine. Moving off to the north and east towards Greenville, Sulphur Springs. It'll make its way up there, and then whatever's in between here, Union Valley, Quinlan. I think you're okay right now. Half dollar size hail. Moving through Chico over to the northeast, out towards Munster, St. Joe, Lindsay, Gainesville. Nothing too significant in that storm. Well, let's watch, see if we get any sort of rotation here, but I think we're good on this one as well. A little bit of rotation in there, nothing to worry about. There's always going to be some vorticity when you get a line of storms like this, so it's not too rare to see a little bit of spin. We've still got this storm out here too, not doing much. Not doing too much. So I think we're good. I think we're looking overall pretty good. Nothing to worry about right now. But you can see we do still have these cloud tops bubbling up. So there's some energy left. You can actually, we're actually getting some storms firing off right now just to the south of St. Louis. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, these are getting a little bit more. We're getting a little bit more energy up here. This is where we were seeing, I believe, we had a little bit of a gust front out here to the east. There it is, pushing through Paducah. Nothing crazy though. This is what we're concerned about tomorrow. What's happening out here? This is what we're concerned about tomorrow. It's going to come whipping into northern Texas, western Oklahoma, western Kansas. Can we get a look at the water vapor loop here? Let's take a look. There it is. There's our trough. This is going to move out here. This is our trough ejection right now. Pretty weak trough ejection. This is going to be our secondary one that's going to move in. That's going to bring us our severe weather Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But again, in this pocket, we're going to get some instability building up before that second trough makes its way in. We will have a dry slot in PA on Saturday to create severe storms, but not tornadoes. You think so? I haven't actually really looked up in PA. At the forecast, at least. What about Chicago tomorrow morning? We can take a look at the model real quick on here. All right, here's the latest Rufus. Let's make sure we got the latest one here. Let's go to the 18Z. So, some thunderstorms may be moving into Chicago. This would be around... Let's see, 18Z, so it's actually pretty far behind. That's fine. Not looking bad at all for Chicago. Looking a little bit dicey as we get into Friday afternoon, but... And then there you go. Wow, this is the 18Z Rufus. Why is this saying the 7th? That's what it, why is it calling for that Saturday? Yeah, I guess it'd be late Friday night. Late Friday night into Saturday morning. I don't know if we're gonna. We'll see about this. Friday's looking sloppy, so we'll see about this. But Friday, if we're gonna get severe weather up there towards Chicago, Milwaukee, out there towards central to southern Michigan, up there in the Midwest, obviously central Illinois, or just through Illinois out there towards Indiana, it's gonna be Friday. Obviously, it looks like we could get some bad severe weather down here in the South on Saturday. Yeah, I mean, you could see you get these storms into PA tomorrow afternoon. It's kind of a washout. Interesting little setup here also on this would be Friday. And then, yeah, Friday night. Yeah, interesting. You still kind of have... I mean, this would be quite the impressive squall line here. You kind of got that linear mode stretching all the way down, stretching all the way from upstate New York down into Dallas, Texas. I don't know if we're going to see something this significant, but it's always possible. If you have something like this, you get rotation along this boundary as well, pushing into western Pennsylvania. Yeah, that'd be Saturday afternoon. Yeah, probably strong thunderstorms. I don't know if we'd get severe thunderstorms, though, because I don't think we have the rest of the severe parameters we're looking for up here. It's possible, though. It's possible. East Dallas. Yeah, I mean, Dallas is still under flash flood warning, I think. Or did they lift it? Yeah, East Dallas, you are under... you're dealing with some heavy rainfall right now. Some strong thunderstorms. Let me take an updated look at the mesoscale analysis. Still watching Western Kentucky and Northwestern Arkansas, that violent tornado parameter, and significant tornado parameter. I'm going to take a look at mixed layer cape and shear. Western Kentucky, I mean, we've got some good instability there and some good bulk shear as well. So I think we should still watch that as we move throughout out tonight. Yeah, not too bad as well. Still, Eastern Oklahoma, Western Arkansas, 1,000 milligrams, 1,000 joules per kilogram of cape. Still around Dallas, Fort Worth. Shear isn't doing anything too significant there. 50, I mean... $50 knot bulk shear isn't too bad, though. You can see this. You can see the rotation when you look at this. Actually, if I let me show you here. You can see this wrapping up here. This entire storm wrapping up here to the east of Dallas. Kind of a decent surface low forming right here to the east, right over Dallas to the east of Dallas. Interesting little storm. Make sure we don't have any rotation on this cell out here as well. All right, we're good. Southwest Missouri here. Yep, it's one of the areas we're still watching tonight. Why are there no state lines on Why are there no state lines on Radar Omega now? I just don't understand what they did to this app. The state lines just dropped off of the map. What? What is wrong with Radar Omega? What is wrong with all of my apps tonight? What is going on? Does anyone know why all of my state lines just dropped off of Radar Omega? I stopped using Radar Omega a while ago because it's kind of a... Whenever they did this UI update, it became really crappy. Russia. I might just have to permanently move away from Radar Omega, honestly. I think I'm just going to completely get rid of it. That's probably what I'm going to do. I just can't stand it anymore. It's too frustrating. There you go. All right. Pretty quiet night, guys. Pretty quiet night. Might hop off. I mean, I need to make another video in the morning. Especially, I want to make sure it's out early enough just because of how severe it looks like tomorrow could be. We're obviously seeing somewhat of an uptrend. So I want to make sure that video's out for you guys, and I'll probably do an earlier stream tomorrow. I'm probably going to do a stream. I'm going to try to do like a 5 to 7 stream or a 6 to 8 stream, because I think that's when storms are really going to be popping off. I think that's when, if we're going to get some strong tornadoes, some large hail, some damaging wind, I think that's probably when it's going to be early afternoon. So I'll probably try to get on a little bit earlier so I can actually be on to cover that. Any updates on Friday? Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna every single video I've been posting, I give you guys updates on all the severe weather to come. Tomorrow is gonna be updates on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I'll probably throw some updates on Tuesday in there too. We've still got that severe weather threat, I believe, on Tuesday. Here's our outlook tomorrow. That's our tornado outlook, but there's our categorical, and there's our day 3. I don't. This slide has continued to shift. Actually, it didn't really. We've still got Omaha in this. I actually thought this would shift a little bit further east. I think it still might. They did shift it a little bit south, though, out of Minnesota. Taking a look at our... let me throw pivotal weather up here real quick, just to take a look at our 1 to 8 day severe weather or SPC forecast. Yeah, we've still got that day. What is that? Day 7. Day 7. Tuesday, I believe. We've got this slight. So, lots of big cities in here. Almost stretches from St. Louis out to Kansas City, Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Little Rock, Dallas, Fort Worth. So, Fort Smith. When you got a day 7 slight from the SPC, they have high confidence in something significant's coming out. They typically don't like putting anything over day 3, let alone out past day 6. And that's a day 7 slight. So it's very significant. So I'll probably include a little bit of what's going on with that in my video tomorrow as well. Do you think daytime heating on Friday in the Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri quadruple point area would be enough for storms? Well, here's the thing. There's always daytime heating. If there's a cap, it's not because we're not expecting daytime heating. Okay, so you're talking about... Okay, so you're talking about... Yeah, this region down here, southwest. Okay, so you're talking about this region down here on Friday. I mean, I'll look at that real quick before I hop off here. Let me take a look at that. So let's go again. Let's push back. I'm gonna go back into Rufus, and let's take a look here. Let me take a look at what's going on with our inhibition on that day. With our sin. And let's take a look at our here. Let's take a look at the latest reflectivity here. Mine the 00Z, latest 00Z. Yeah, you get those storms popping off between 6 and 8 p.m. through that region. Actually, I mean, listen, these could end up being a lot more significant than anything else, just because this is they've got a clean pocket of air down here. These as well, not too bad, I guess. But will these storms have an issue firing off? I don't... Let me take a sounding out of here. Yep, you do have that inhibition, but I'm going to take another sounding. Let's go a little bit further east. Sorry, you guys can't see what I'm looking at. I don't know. I don't know if it's capping as much as it's inhibition. But your shear looks pretty nice. 42 knot effective layer shear, 35 knot shear at the surface. Directional, good directional shear as well. So if you get something that pops up, if these storms ignite here around 6 to 8 p.m. on Friday, it's not going to be that hard to get a tornado to touch down. Maybe one or two out through this region, maybe more. But there's going to be a little bit of an issue with, I think, these thunderstorms initiating in this area. If they do, though, the parameters are there for them to be pretty significant. The SIN's not terrible. This is when your storms want to fire off, though. 6, 7, 8, 9. It's not terrible. There's your instability. Staying just out to your west. Pulse sounding. Friday's looking like it's going to end up being a dud. I'm telling you. Friday is not looking that impressive to me. We'll see. What's my confidence on these models? I mean, it's high. I mean, Rufus is a... You can't just look at one model. You do have to take a blend of models. We could take a look at the HRRR once we get into our 48-hour range tomorrow, so we can compare it to the Rufus. HRRR undercooks things and Rufus overcooks things. So our HRRR is barely seeing out to that Friday event. So we'll see out through it tomorrow. The HRRR is only seeing out till about 6 p.m. on Friday. Still seeing some issues with storms initiating out here. But tomorrow we'll be able to compare our Rufus to our HRRR. And if we have consensus, that's good. If the HRRR still has storms firing off here, that's good as well, because a lot of times the HRRR is being a little bit more conservative than the Rufus. So I'll be talking about that in the morning. My video this morning went into all that. My video was like 30 minutes long, and I was like, I'm not posting and editing a 30-minute long video. I had to get to work, so I cut my video down. I cut out like 15 minutes of my video getting actually into the details, but that's fine because I get into the details on stream. But I'll try to get into the details of the Friday event, definitely of the Thursday and Friday event, and then we'll talk about Saturday a little bit. Gotta go, Connor. I think you're right in the forecast. Have a good night. David, I appreciate you. 6 to 8 p.m. for that region? Yeah, I'd say so. Yep, 6 to 8 p.m. We're going to be watching that area. Listen, it could be a little earlier. It could be a little bit later. Storms are weird. They'll speed up and slow down. They're not always going to be timed exactly how the models see them, but it'll be sometime. It looks like early evening. Yeah. Pro turned into Convective Chronicles. Wow, look at all this vorticity over Dallas. Holy smokes. This thing is spinning over Dallas. It's not a couplet or isolated spin, though, so that's okay. That's okay. Rotation over Dallas, but not something that's going to put down a tornado, at least not right now. It doesn't look like it. So, severe thunderstorm warnings, we got 2. Neither of them are very impressive. So, that's good. Yep, I'm going to hop off, guys. A little bit of a... I don't know if I'd call this even a... this is kind of what we expected. Wednesday was never going to be a crazy day. I don't know what happened earlier in the day. Can someone... Because I've been busy all day. Can someone tell me what happened down here earlier in the day? Because I was looking at some interesting severe parameters down here. Did we have any sort of spin-ups, large hail, damaging winds down in here in Central Texas earlier today? I'm going to go back and look, but... You got some cool pictures of the storm wall. Well, hey, if you're not in my, are you in my Discord? It's free to join, and people post their weather pictures in there. We've got almost 700 people in there, and yeah, it'd be cool. You can post those pictures in there, and we can take a look. Yeah, you can just add me on Discord, Connor's Climate Corner. I'll accept your friend request and then invite you to the server. Or you could just go to any of the YouTube, like any of the videos on my YouTube page, not the live streams, not the shorts, like any of the videos I post, which I've posted a video the last couple days in a row. And you just go into the description of the video and you click on the link and it invites you right to the server. That's where I post all my severe weather updates every day, and we have a nice big weather community in there. Could Friday become a moderate risk? No. I highly doubt Friday maybe should drop its enhanced risk at this point, but there is the thing is it's conditional. Friday's looking more and more conditional. I do think it should have its enhanced risk on. If anything's going to become a moderate risk, it's going to be next Tuesday. Did we just get a guys, how long have I been talking about this storm here? About its rotation? Chat, look where we just got a tornado warning. Look where we just got a tornado warning. My alerts aren't going off. That's really frustrating. Whatever. Look where we just got a tornado warning. I've been talking about this cell. It's been rotating for 25 to 30 minutes. This thing has been rotating for 25 to 30 minutes. We've had a supercell down here. There's the couplet. Potential tornado on the ground. It's going to be radar indicated right now, but there it is. Taking a look at our velocities really quickly. Now I got to do this before I get off. Pushing 60 miles per hour. Let's look at our storm relative velocity. All right. 58. Storm relative velocity is going to... Velocity doesn't accounts for the speed of the storm too. So say the storm's moving at 30 miles per hour and you see 60 mile per hour winds in the storm, your velocity could end up showing you 90 mile per hour winds, which is deceiving. Storm relative velocity is going to subtract the storm speed from the velocities of the wind in the storm. So it gives you a more accurate look at the wind speeds, but it's also, as you can see, less high definition. So it's actually still harder to tell. There's a couplet headed out to the northeast. This is in southeastern Oklahoma, headed out towards Hatfield, Cove, Vandervoort. Please, bottom level of your home interior away from windows in a basement if you can. I don't suspect this will be a long-lasting tornado. Our severe parameters are definitely dropping off out in this region. This isn't too busy of an area, obviously. But again, Cove, Low Valley, Hatfield, McCauley, Bethel Chapel. Better to be safe than sorry. Get in a safe spot. Continue to keep your alerts on. This probably should have been warned 30 minutes ago. Anyways, that's what's going on. Yep. Yeah, I'll have my everything fixed with this overlay soon enough. The tornado. I should have the details of the tornado right below me. That's not working. Notification alerts aren't working. So the new version of this overlay comes out soon, and I've been working on getting all my widgets updated. So should be good in a little bit. All right. I appreciate all you. Everyone have a great night. Hopefully the TikTok app works tomorrow so I can actually see when people gift or when people follow. Hopefully the YouTube chat starts working on OBS. Hopefully, well, I'm just going to get rid of Radar Omega and put like a different radar map on that second screen because I'm tired of Radar Omega. We got to have a good setup going into this spring. It's going to be an active one. I'll have a video out early in the morning with all the details you need to know on Thursday's event, which a couple of strong, we're talking EF2 plus significant tornadoes are going to be possible, I think. Panhandle of Texas, western Oklahoma, and then pushing out through central, pushing out through Kansas. So something we need to watch. Friday, a little bit of a downtrend, but still we're going to have if we break through some of our capping, we fix some of our inhibition issues, could still be a significant day. And now Saturday suddenly on the table for severe weather. And then of course, Tuesday, we have a day 7 slight risk, which is very significant. We usually don't get any sort of risk zone out that far unless there's high confidence from the Storm Prediction Center. So there's plenty of talk about. Oh, by the way, we're going to get a big blast of cold air at the end of the second week of March and potentially snow back out into the east, into the Ohio Valley, maybe even out towards the East Coast. So plenty to talk about. We're going to go over it in the video tomorrow. I'm going to be live streaming. I'm going to try to get on live stream between 5, 7, 6, 8, something like that tomorrow when we're getting this, when we potentially have some damaging supercells on the ground out in northern Texas, western Oklahoma, and Kansas. So that's what's going on. I appreciate all you. Everyone have a fantastic night, and I will talk to you tomorrow. See you guys. Later.